Before the trumpet ever sounds, there is a silence so heavy, it divides those who are awake from those who are merely waiting. For generations, preachers have spoken of the rapture, the great vanishing, the blessed hope. But hidden beneath the verses and visions lies a prophecy so rarely spoken, it almost vanished with time itself. And yet, it is written, a mystery of preparation, a secret separation before the moment of glory. This is the hidden prophecy about the rapture no one is preaching. It began not with thunder, but with a whisper, a stirring in the hearts of those who walked closely with God, the ones who felt the unease of a shifting age. They could sense it, a dividing line forming, unseen but undeniable. Churches still gathered, prayers still rose, songs still filled the air, but something was different. Faith was no longer tested by fire, it was being tested by silence. Some felt the Holy Spirit urging them to purify, to separate from what once seemed harmless. Old habits grew heavy, worldly desires lost their sweetness. And though the world appeared the same, heaven was drawing its invisible boundary. But few understood what was truly happening. Because before the rapture, before the shout and the trumpet, comes the hidden prophecy of preparation. A spiritual cleansing, a quiet gathering of hearts who have surrendered completely. It is not the visible church that will rise, but the faithful remnant, the ones whose lamps still burn. Centuries ago, prophets saw glimpses of this moment. Isaiah spoke of a highway of holiness, a path so narrow that only the redeemed could walk upon it. Jesus himself warned, "Two will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left." Those words were not about random chance. They were about readiness. The hidden prophecy is not about time, it's about condition. Not when he comes, but who is prepared when he does. And maybe that's why few preach it today. Because this prophecy is uncomfortable. It tells us salvation is free, but sanctification costs us everything. It whispers that grace covers us, but glory transforms us. And before the bridegroom arrives, the bride must awaken from her sleep. In the ancient parable of the 10 virgins, all were waiting for the same event. All carried lamps. All expected the bridegroom. But when the midnight cry came, only 5 were ready. The others, distracted, complacent, comfortable, were locked outside. That parable wasn't just a warning. It was a revelation. It showed the hidden prophecy of separation before the rapture, not of place but of purity. God is dividing hearts long before he divides heavens. And maybe that division has already begun. Look around. The noise of the world grows louder, faith grows colder, truth feels negotiable. Yet in quiet corners, unseen believers rise before dawn, praying not for blessings but for cleansing. They are unseen but not unknown. They are the firstfruits of the final harvest. There is a line being drawn, not by preachers but by providence. And each of us stands on one side of it. For some, faith has become performance. For others, it has become life itself. This is the hidden prophecy, that before the rapture, God will sift his people. He will separate those who love his presence from those who love his promise. He will refine hearts until they shine with eternal fire. And when the trumpet finally sounds, only the refined will recognize the voice. Because the rapture is not escape, it's invitation. Not abandonment, but union. It's not for those who merely believe, but for those who belong. But there's another layer to this mystery, one that hides in plain sight. The apostles often spoke of a falling away before the day of Christ. Paul warned that hearts would grow cold, that doctrines would twist truth into comfort. This falling away is not just rebellion, it is revelation. It reveals who truly stands. It shows the hidden church rising, not in fame, not in numbers, but in faithfulness. And maybe that's happening right now. As the world drifts deeper into noise and distraction, a quiet remnant listens for a different sound, the sound of the bridegroom approaching. Yet the prophecy also carries hope, because even in the midst of darkness, grace still calls. Even now, the Spirit whispers to those who have wandered, "Return." The hidden prophecy is not meant to condemn. It is meant to awaken, to remind us that the rapture is not about escape from wrath. It's about union with love. It's about being ready, not out of fear, but out of desire. There's still time to trim your lamp, to fill it with oil, to step away from the noise and listen for the whisper. Because when that moment comes, when heaven breaks its silence, it won't be announced by headlines. It will be recognized by hearts. And those hearts will rise, drawn by the voice they already knew. And maybe that is the hidden message of all prophecy. God never wanted us to wait in fear. He wanted us to walk in love, to live as if the bridegroom could return any second, because one day he will. And when that day comes, there will be no time to prepare, only time to rise. Perhaps the hidden prophecy was never about time at all, but about hearts, divided by devotion, revealed by silence, and gathered by love. For in the stillness before the trumpet, heaven is already choosing its own.